It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Now, the Central Red Raiders and the West Salem Panthers. The KQEG TV High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. American Family Insurance and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. Castle Realty. Whether you're buying or selling your home, see Castle Realty. Union State Bank of West Salem, where customers and community come first. The Arterial Restaurant at 16th and Jackson, a tradition in La Crosse. Why not make it yours? SSE Music, the music place on La Crosse's north side. The last three letters in La Crosse are SSE. The University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. Surround yourself with distinction. Surround yourself with UWL. Tri-State Business Machines, your #1 choice for office equipment in Onalaska. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill on Leonard Street in historic downtown West Salem. Allied Cooperative in Toma, West Salem, and Arcadia. Big Boar Barbecue. For the best barbecue, make it Big Boar Barbecue. Highway 16 West Salem and at George and Gillette Street. Now let's go down to the field in KQEG's Carl Greenfield and Art Fay. It's time.
Welcome everyone to the KQEG High School Game of the Week. This is Art Fay along with Carl Greenfield. We've got Ryan Scaife on camera tonight, and as you can tell by looking at the logo, we are at West Salem High School tonight as the West Salem Panthers are taking on La Crosse Central. And Carl, tonight, wrap-up game in the MVC, but there's really a lot at stake for both these two clubs.
So both of these teams come into tonight's game with 2 conference losses, and so no conference title on the line for these guys, but playoff seeding is definitely on the line tonight. And, you know, you have the matchup of Holman and Onalaska going on in Holman tonight, and that's the big marquee game maybe, you know, to the general public. But this might even be a better football game tonight. These two teams are very evenly matched in terms of overall ability, but you know, they're two totally different styles. And we saw some of that last week with West Salem and Onalaska. It'll be a similar sort of a look with the passing offense of Central going up against the West Salem defense.
Well, looking at West Salem, first of all, tonight, the host team, they got Joe Wopat at quarterback. He is a senior, 5'10", 175 pounds, and he knows how to mix it up between the run game and the passing game, and he's got Brendan Holt to work with.
Brendan Holt, over 1,000 yards, just crept over that plateau last week. 18 touchdowns on the season. He is their workhorse. He's their bell cow, and they're going to rely on him pretty heavily tonight to try and control the clock, keep the Central offense off the field, keep their defense fresh, which is really the strength of this West Salem team, their defense, but keep them fresh throughout the game, keep control of the clock. I think that's going to be one of the big keys to tonight's game.
The passing game, if they do go to the air, Carl, they've got Trenton Foreman, who's had a pretty good year.
Foreman goes about 6'3". He's a big target. He's got good yards after catch ability, averaging over 17 yards per reception, 462 yards on the year, 3 touchdowns. He is the favorite target for sure.
Defensive-wise, Ethan Olson leads the team in tackles with 62. The offense for West Salem averaging 23 points a game, while only giving up 10 a game, and that's something to watch for in tonight's game. That's a key. The Central Red Raiders, they wrap everything really around their quarterback, Johnny Davis, and he's having a spectacular year.
Johnny Davis, almost 1,800 yards, 16 TDs, but the key stat, only 3 interceptions this year. He takes care of the ball. He's very efficient. He's got some good targets. He's got a good offensive line, but he's also their leading rusher, accounting for 9 rushing touchdowns. So 25 of Central's touchdowns have come through Johnny Davis this year.
Pete Fleming, Steve Cross in the backfield. Let's talk about those wide receivers. Jamar Davis this year, he's having a pretty good year at that wide receiver slot.
Jamar Davis, 48 catches, 767 yards, 4 touchdowns. And then you have Jordan Davis, 34 catches, 599 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Those two are going to be the top 2 targets for Johnny Davis. So we're going to have a lot of Davis to Davis connections in tonight's game.
Last week, Central won over Toma 47-12. These West Salem Panthers in the last outing, a heartbreaker, 21-20 against the Onalaska Hilltoppers. And take another quick look at Central's offense. 34 points a game. That's a lot of points per game, giving up only 16.
And that is something, strength versus strength I think we're going to see tonight is the West Salem defense, the Central offense. Who is going to come out, on the positive end of that one? It's going to be really fun to watch.
Conference-wise, as Carl had mentioned, Holman and Onalaska tonight playing each other. The winner of that one will be the MVC champ. Last year, the conference had tri-champs. Onalaska, Holman, and West Salem all shared. But Carl, if you look at this MVC conference this year, Sparta at 2-4 was a team that really messed things up in this conference.
With that win over Holman, that made this Week 9 matchup between Onalaska and Holman a conference title game. If Sparta doesn't pull out that upset, then Holman, can pretty much, assume that they've got at least a share of the conference title this year, but not so. And the Holman Vikings are part of the reason why Central is not in that conversation with that heartbreaking loss, week 3 or 4 this season, with that game-winning field goal to win it at Roger Herring Stadium. So it's been a really big dogfight at the top of the conference, but like you said, Sparta, they have an outside chance at making the postseason, depending on how seeding works out, even at 3-4 because of the strength of their victories, that one being against Holman. Logan even has an outside shot at making it into the postseason as well. They play Toma tonight, and so that's a very winnable matchup for Logan. That would bring them to 3-4, and so you could see almost the entire MVC in the playoffs.
6 out of 8 teams could make it to the playoffs out of the MVC if the cards fall for them right. So we're almost ready for kickoff. We'll take a break and be right back on the High School Game of the Week on KQEG TV.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity heating and cooling system.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where you are.
From the bluffs to the river, surround yourself with
knowledge,
competition, the arts,
friendships.
Surround yourself with distinction.
Surround yourself with UW La Crosse.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street and downtown West.
Sales, service, education. SSE is the music place. That's SSE Music at area schools. SSE is proud to be involved with school concerts and solo and ensemble competitions. A lifetime of playing an instrument begins at SSE Music. Get your child started properly. SSE is your school rental headquarters, making music affordable for your child with a month-to-month rental program. Rent or buy, SSE will work with your child's music instructor to find the perfect instrument. The last 3 letters in the cross, SSE.
Welcome back to West Salem High School, where the Panthers in the black uniforms with the orange numerals tonight. Central in the white uniforms and the black numbers. Central will be kicking off. On your screen, going left to right for the Panthers tonight. And we're about ready to kick off now. An end over end, short kick, taken at about the 32 and crossing about the 36-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will get the football for the first time this evening. On the return, number 22, Aaron Barr. So Art Fay along with Carl Greenfield, Ryan Scaife on camera tonight. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. At the 38 is where they're going to mark it. Got a full crowd here tonight. A lot of people interested in this contest tonight.
Yeah, we talked about how the marquee may be on the Holman-Onalaska game, but this one still a big matchup tonight.
Number 7, Joe Wopat, the quarterback, hands off to Holt. And Holt goes on the left side of the line, and their big back, Brendan Holt, for a first down carry. And we're going to see a lot of that. We were talking to some of the local people here tonight, Carl, and they were telling us offensively you're probably going to see West Salem really pound the ground.
And that is the strength of their offense. They do have the ability to throw through the air. You know, it's not like the Holman Vikings where pretty much their entire offense is predicated on running the ball, but it will be primarily ground and pound.
And we've got a penalty flag thrown in the line. And the head official's got a pink one tonight, pink flag.
And I saw some pink accents. I see number 28 for Central, A.C. Riley, with pink socks. Or spats or whatever you want to call those on there. So maybe a little breast cancer awareness tonight?
It looks like a little bit of that. So movement against the Panthers, so 2nd down and 11. Somewhere in that line there was movement on the Panthers.
There was a blitz coming up the middle, and they really flinched on that one.
Trent Foreman split wide to the left side of the field, the favorite receiver. They hand it off to the inside back, and he's trying to get the corner. Nowhere going out there. That's Dalton Shams, maybe a yard at best.
Good job by Central to keep in their lanes, keep that from breaking to the outside. That's what they're looking to do when they run that jet sweep. And now a 3rd and long makes it pretty tough for West Salem here.
Well, as we said, Trenton Foreman is the favorite receiver for Wopat. If they do go to the air, he wears number 21. Keep an eye on which side of the field he goes to.
Caleb Young, number 12, another good receiver. He's split to the near side here.
Foreman on the far side. And he's got a runner in motion, Shams in motion, looking towards Foreman. A little stop pass out there to Foreman. He's got some running room. He's got the first down. Nice catch and run.
That's what I was talking about with the yards after the catch. Foreman has good field vision as a runner, and that's part of the reason why they utilize him so much as a kick returner, especially on punts. But Trenton Foreman able to weave his way through the defense and get a first down there.
Foreman, one of the kids in the area, that's one of the leading receivers, not just in the conference, but for the whole area of the cross, western Wisconsin. So a first down for the Panthers. Ball spotted at the 49, their own 49. Handoff to Holt, left side. And again, power running. He's got about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play.
And you could see Central, they've been bringing extra rushers, trying to get some more traffic up the middle, and Holt able to power through some of that and get good yardage on first down.
So 2nd down and 5. And out of the gun again. Handoff, Holt. Same play, a little spin, and boy, he got hit the line in a big hurry, and he didn't get very far.
Well-timed blitz there, able to stuff that one out before it gets any further. It's A.C. Riley making the play. Number 28. Like I said, with the pink socks tonight.
Short gain on the play, 3rd down and 4. Foreman to the left. They got 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Holt's got the football. Flag goes off, and Holt will be just short of the first down before we check this flag thrown back at midfield.
Got an illegal shift.
That's a second penalty. It's going to hurt the Panthers. Other games in the conference tonight. We talked about the featured game of Holman and Onalaska for the championship. Logan is at Toma tonight, and Sparta is at Aquinas, and that's where Terry Erickson and Rick Wilson are tonight, our other team. So 5-yard penalty, he'll take it back, making a 3rd and 9. Ball just lying, just shy of midfield.
My mistake, that was an illegal formation penalty there. After the national, it's a cold night tonight. It's 38 degrees at kickoff. After the national anthem, you could hear all the thuds of the big, heavy gloves clapping for the national anthem from the West Salem band.
First game I think we did this year, it was 83 degrees at kickoff up in Eau Claire. Here's Wopat handing off on the inside. Holt cutting back across.
And good inside draw there.
He had a glimmer of opening there, but he didn't get there. Now Holt going back to the huddle, Carl, and he's limping on his right ankle pretty heavily. That could be a big hurt if Holt is out of there.
And he's remaining in there. He's on the punt team.
Let's kind of keep an eye on him and see what he's shaping up to be now with that twisted ankle. Derek Roberts into punt.
Looks like Jamar Davis back deep to receive, number 9. Favorite target of Johnny Davis.
Fake inside, snap to
and he's not going to get it.
No. So a design play, a short snap to Holt, and he comes up short of the first down by about 3 yards. And even looking at him now, Carl, he's not feeling real good on that right ankle.
And Holt, a star linebacker too, so that's going to hurt their defense to get him out of there.
He's coming off. He took himself out.
And Tegan Hansen takes his place, a sophomore. Yeah, Holt, one of the inside linebackers on this team, and that's a big drop-off.
Oh, boy.
No offense to Tegan Hansen whatsoever, but Brendan Holt, a very talented two-way player.
Yeah, he's off of that knee. He's down, or ankle rather. He's on his knee with it. So 1st and 10 at the 44. Johnny Davis looking to pass right off. Here he goes to Jordan Davis, just a little down and back, little button hook look. That's a pickup of about 7 yards. And the ball will go at midfield.
The Red Raiders have big playability, but they're not afraid of get the easy yardage, and that was just a nice easy pitch and catch. And a good throw rolling to his left from Johnny Davis. That's a tough throw for young quarterbacks to learn.
There's Davis going again. This time, same little hook pattern. This time over to Jordan Davis. Just a quick little pitch out there. And that was a combination that's won a few games this year.
And the big winning of a game between those two, obviously the buzzer beater against Onalaska. The Hail Mary pass.
Cross Central now with a new set of downs. First down at the 45. Davis looking out to the right, down and out on the far side of the field. And taken down immediately, but with about a 5-yard pickup. And I would imagine that's Jamar Davis, but I didn't get to see the number.
That was Trevin Van Egtern.
Okay. Little hook patterns on both sides so far. About a 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6.
Perfect 3 for 3 so far for Johnny Davis.
Well, Central, with Johnny Davis, they have not run that much. Here's the handoff inside. And staying on his feet and spinning forward and picking up some nice yardage. That's number 29. That's Peter Fleming, a 180-pound sophomore.
Fleming kind of went down awkwardly as Brendan Lund took him down. Good to see him get right back up, but that could have been ugly.
3 wide receivers to the left. Jordan Davis split to the right. Johnny Davis setting up, and he's going to go for a big one. Got him! Touchdown! Jordan Davis into the end zone from 35 yards out.
Well, there's the big playability that we were talking about, and Central makes a statement early in this one.
Boy, they went 4 passes. 3 of them went to Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis with a quick 47 yards and a touchdown.
So the extra point attempt coming up.
Van Egtern ready to kick it. Last man coming out of the huddle. And here comes whole new personnel. Are they going for 2?
Oh, they're setting this up kind of odd like we've seen before. Boy, you have to scout this. The first time that was seen this year. I think it caught some teams off guard.
Yeah, this is something that they definitely have seen on film, I'm sure.
And we got a penalty flag before that one got off.
Oh, and that revealed the secret. Delay of game. Yeah, that was the trick play. You could see the center sling it over his left shoulder.
And with that, I think they're going to bring the kicking unit out now.
Makes a little bit longer kick, brings it out to 26 yards.
You know, you were asking about Clayton Phillips, the big kid you've seen on the basketball floor. He's out there now, Carl, number 88. He's saying 6'8". He's in the line. And like the left
tight end there.
Yep. So the extra point attempt. End over end, and that one's good. So Central gets on the board with 6:10 left in the first quarter. And they lead West Salem by a score of 7-0. With that, we'll take a timeout and be right back after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Hi, this is Jerry at Big Boar Barbecue. Do you know that we offer occasional specials like our prime rib nights, our smoked cod loins with garlic butter, meatloaf, or smoked hocks and crow? Just check out our website at bigboarbarbecue.com or like us on Facebook, and we'll keep you up to date with our delicious specials. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem, and George and Gillette La Crosse. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful.
Yeah!
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyers Furniture.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
Walker turning the corner, and a great run back, and a penalty flag at the end goes up, but a return by Dalton Shams, and the crowd was on that one.
A little too aggressive by DeAndre Davis, pulling Shams out of bounds and almost upended him on that bench there. So a dangerous scenario over there. I think that's part of the reason why the penalty flag was thrown.
Yeah, I think he got him out of bounds, and when he realized where he was, he finally gave up on him, but he was pretty aggressive up to that point. So it'd be a big one.
That's going to be great field position for West Salem, and that's going to be part of what this game is going to require.
Well, you know, you and I were talking about this, and the big plays, you know, and throw a penalty in there. I mean, this is a big penalty. Takes it all the way down to the 39-yard line of Central. So what a great field position for the Panthers. And that was one of the things we talked about. You know, this could be a high-scoring game. All right, 3 wide receivers to the right. Handoff, and it's not Holtz who's in there.
We got a late penalty flag coming in. It was Therick Roberts carrying that one with Holt. A little bit gimpy. He's still testing out that ankle on the sidelines. I can see him talking to one of the trainers.
Yeah, another flag out there. Well, Therick Roberts, we saw him earlier this year, and I mean he's a big kid. He can do a lot of the work out there, but you know they had relied on Holt very heavily. But this is going to be a penalty, another one against the Panthers.
Holding going against West Salem. Yeah, that game that Brennan Holt was suspended for earlier this year against Holman, it was a lot of Therick Roberts, and you know it was he did what he could against a pretty good Holman defense. And, you know, he shined a little bit in the Toma game as well, especially after Holt got ejected from that one, which I didn't agree with the call on that, but nevertheless.
So it brings up a 1st and 20. Handoff. And
that's Ethan Olson.
Oh, yeah. Olson with a nice run. Almost 10 yards on the play. Ethan Olson is a linebacker on the defensive side of things, and he's our team's leading tackler. He's a tough kid.
He was an offensive lineman and linebacker to start the year. I think he was wearing number 56, something like that, 52. Yeah, he was 52. And they realized that he was too talented as a ball carrier. They were using him as a kickoff returner, and so they converted him to a running back.
Well, 9-yard pickup, so it's 2nd and 11 after that nice run by Olson. Here's Wopat. One of the first passes of the evening. Got a receiver, and that's Foreman. And Foreman just shy of the first down, so it'll bring up a very manageable 3rd and short.
It was a good play there by Wopat to stay patient. He had some pass rushers coming in his face, but he didn't panic. He found his favorite target and delivered a strike right to him. Two catches, 20 yards so far for Trenton Foreman.
Thing about Foreman, he's a big play guy. He's got 18 yards a catch this year. That's a big yardage when he catches that football. Handoff to Roberts, and he powers on the left side, and that tackle guard move him across for a 1st down.
It's going to be very close.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to call him just short of the 1st down. It is 4th down and about a half a yard.
At the 30-yard line. I didn't think he got a very favorable mark, but I'm up here. So 4th down, and the Panthers, we expect him to go for it.
At this spot on the field, this is most definitely 4-down territory. Caden Collum and Joe Hess checking into the lineup.
Brendan Lund bringing in the play. I think they may have to hurry up here a little bit. They took plenty of time.
Haven't seen any signal from the back judge yet. Now he's going.
Hand off to Roberts. He's got it.
Plenty of room. And then some.
Nice blocking in the line there for the Panthers to give Roberts the running space. Down to the 26.
Yeah, this is a very talented offensive line, and they've done a lot of work this year clearing the way for Brendan Holt. And they did a very nice job that time. Ryan Schlimgen on that line, along with Nathan Gribble, John Glassmaker.
So a new set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 26. Panthers finding themselves down 7-0 against Central. Handoff. Oh, Wopat keeps it. He's finding some running room. Actually fooled me. Got it all the way down to the 16-yard line. Nice run by Joe Wopat at the quarterback slot.
I think he's got enough for a new set of downs. Yep, they are moving the chains. It was a nice run by Wopat. Wopat is an underrated runner. You know, you key in on Holt on the offense so much. And now with Holt not in the lineup right now, it's allowing some other guys some room to shine. Ethan Olson, Therick Roberts, and right there, Joe Wopat.
At the 16-yard line. And we got a whistle.
Got some pre-snap movement.
It looked like we might have two players moving at the same time.
That's exactly what it was.
The official calling it against West Salem, so march this one off.
As my mother would say, that he's calling him for traveling.
Hey, Schumacher Kish Funeral Homes, one of our sponsors tonight, has been serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years. Traditional service or prearranged funeral plans. It's good to know that they're there when you need them. Schumacher Kish with locations in La Crosse, Onalaska, and La Crescent. All right, 3 wide receivers to the left on a 1st and 15 at the 21. Hand off, Roberts slips through the front line. He's got a lot of running room. And he's close to the 5-yard line and another 1st down. A big pickup on that play.
That's something that people forget about with Therick Roberts is his strength and ability to push through tacklers. And he does get enough for a first down there. And best opportunity of the night so far for West Salem. They really need this one.
We were told you could expect West Salem to pound it, and that's exactly what they're doing. A lot of the running game tonight. First and goal from the 5. Roberts again, straight ahead. Not much happening there as the interior line of Central makes a tackle. So a yard pickup, 2nd and 4.
Across that central line, you see Ben Goodwin, you see Zeke Smith, who made that last tackle. Number 64, Caden Hansen.
All right, here we go, 2nd and 4. Wopat, as always, out of the gun. Pitches it to Roberts on the left side. They string it out and they bring him down.
Looks like he's going to be maybe about a yard short of the goal line. And I don't see any way that they aren't going on 3rd and, if necessary, 4th down to the ground.
I would think so. And they'd have to key on Therick Roberts again. He has been their workhorse. Although we've seen Wopat on some runs out of the over around the end. They're going to go straight ahead. There goes Roberts.
And he's got it.
He's in. Therick Roberts from a yard. Makes it 7-6 with the extra point attempt coming up.
The extra point made a big difference in last week's game against Onalaska. They had the missed extra point earlier in the game. It was kind of a slippery ball, wet night scenario. And so as a result, they wound up going for 2 at the end of the game and didn't make it. And that ultimately ended up kind of being the difference in the ball game. So Wopat the holder. And it is wide left.
Oh, so 7-6, as you said, and you set it up with that last week. That extra point was so big.
That's a tough pill to swallow as a kicker, too. You know, Hutchinson coming off, getting pats on the helmet from his teammates. You know, that's kicking is as much mental as it is physical, and we saw that last week with Mason Crosby in Detroit, how Mason Crosby obviously has the physical abilities to kick a football, but could not mentally do so.
Now coming up on KQEG, the Mike Schmidt Football Show. That's at noon at the Cleary Center on UWL campus. You can stop in for lunch and meet the coach, talk to the players, and watch the taping of the show. That happens on Monday at noon at the UWL Cleary Center. And this weekend, depending on when you're watching this game, UW La Crosse takes on Stevens Point, an evening game.
Those are my pointers, so that'll be probably the one time this year I'm not pulling for the Eagles, but
well, you can see the stream on KQEGTV.com, or you can watch the rebroadcast of it on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll start the stream of the Mike Schmidt Football Show from this previous week at 5:15, and then kickoff begins at 6. So you get all the Eagles all the time tomorrow night. And, you know, for a cold night sitting at home on a Saturday, it's a perfect time to tune into the Eagles.
Joe Hess kicking off an onside kick. Covered up by Central, but I don't know if it didn't go the 10 yards.
So 2 very bold decisions on special teams, creating very good field position for Central, which under conventional wisdom, that's not a very good idea with the potency of the Central offense.
So Central will get the football in some pretty good field position just across the midfield stripe in West Salem territory.
Jordan Davis capped off the last drive with a 35-yard touchdown pass from Johnny.
Well, that was just a simple fly pattern as well.
Had a little bit of a pump fake. I think that's really what allowed him the separation.
There's Johnny Davis. Jordan over the middle. He's not going to throw it there. A little something down and out.
Van Egtern making a nice catch on the boundary.
He did. He covered that football up, just waiting to get hit.
We got a holding penalty against the Red Raiders. Going to move this one back. Got the pink flag on the field, like you said.
Yeah, this is going to be a big hurt. I mean, football right now sitting at the 36-yard line, but it's going to come all the way back, approximately the 40 of Central. Yeah, making the official call, holding against Central. And that last set by Central, Jordan Davis was in the backfield, and he came out of there. It makes it a little harder to guard him because he's got a full head of steam coming out of that backfield.
Yeah, it is not an easy task whatsoever, even when he's on the boundary, but you're right. Once you get him out in space, sneaking out of the backfield, that is tough.
And Jamar Davis on the other side of the field, number 9, that's where Johnny Davis likes to go. Little pass underneath here, that was a safety.
And they're looking for a flag there, and I think the crowd is warranted in that one. Johnny Davis got body slammed after that pass was completed.
Well, Stephen Cross picking up the catch and getting downfield with it. Second down now and 8. Again, now we got another penalty flag.
Illegal substitution against Central, it looks like.
You know, I didn't see that happen, but obviously the officials caught it right away.
They called it on number 69, Jackson Service, and I didn't really see what happened there.
Either way, now it makes it second down and 13. The Central with some penalty issues. And a nice little pass down to Jordan Davis. Again, just on the sidelines here. They give him lots of room, and that just a little down and curl. He's finding himself open more than once.
Yeah, those quick hitter out routes are a staple in kind of the West Coast offense, which is really what the Red Raiders run out here. It's predicated on a lot of short passes, but then you open it up for the ability to go big play.
So Stephen Cross in the backfield. It's a third down and a long 2. You know, not Cross only backfield who can run. That's Johnny Davis, and he's got a lot of yards on the ground. He's going to pass out to Cross. He's got it. He's got the first down, puts his head down, and he bulls his way down about the 33.
Nice play there. You could see the pursuit coming, and obviously that is designed to clear the space for the pass to Stephen Cross.
New first down. Ball at the 33 for Central. And the Cross Central Red Raiders are leading 7-6 in this contest. Both teams 6-2 on the year, 4-2 in the MVC. Davis stepping up. Got a wobbly pass, but he's got a man open. All the way to the end zone. That goes to Jamar Davis. The sure-handed receiver brings it in. And a touchdown from 33 yards out. 2 big plays, 2 big touchdowns.
And the first catch of the night for Jamar Davis is a big one. And that was just a case of beating his man down the seam, and Jamar Davis wound up wide open in the end zone, just a step or two past the defender.
We got 16 seconds left in this first quarter of play. Central up now 13-6. And the extra point attempt coming up. And that one's good, right down the heart. So 14-6. And so La Crosse Central up by 8. That was a nice play. Not the most tight spiral we've seen, but very accurate.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be pretty to be effective.
That was very effective. Now, as we're waiting for the kickoff here, American Family Insurance and you in West Salem And that's West Salem agent Jim Quinn. See Jim for protecting what you have achieved. So you can dream fearlessly. Jim is your star-certified American Family Insurance agent at 123 East Hamilton Street in West Salem. Jim Quinn, who's been with us many times. American Family Insurance, located right in West Salem. As we said, we came in here tonight, a little bit of a cool kickoff at 38 degrees. Possibly 6 out of 8 teams in the Mississippi Valley Conference could go to the playoffs. 4 of them are in for sure.
I think in the history of the MVC, I don't think there's ever been that many postseason teams, especially since it's only been a few years since they've expanded to 8 teams with West Salem joining the mix.
Well, pretty balanced conference this year, and I think that's an end result of it. And Sparta has got to look at that. They may be getting in. They've got some great quality wins at whoever is going to be setting the seeding up.
And a favorable matchup tonight against Aquinas.
As a deep kick taken at the 15-yard line. And a big run back on the far side of the field. That's Olson, and he finally gets wrapped up at about the 35.
Boy, don't let Ethan Olson get a full head of steam, because he'll run over anybody trying to take him down.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 7 seconds left in the first quarter of play. And the patient offense of the Panthers with Joe Wopat, senior quarterback, directing them.
Art, the last time you and I were here, I think we figured out that one of the digits on the scoreboard clock was mounted incorrectly. I think they've got it resolved this time around. It looks correct tonight.
Looked like it was upside down. Here's Wopat coming up the middle. And gang tackled by about 5 white jerseys at about the 41-yard line, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. So, scoreboard, quite a few scores lighting up there. It's 14-6, and we got a Panther down, and we'll check on him as we come back for the second quarter. But it's 14-6, La Crosse Central leading the West Salem Panthers on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity heating and cooling system.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Welcome back to West Salem High School. We're ready for the start of the second quarter, 14-6. La Crosse Central leading West Salem. West Salem with the football on their own 41-yard line in the dark uniforms tonight. And they're looking at a 2nd and 5. This is Art Fay along with Carl Greenfield and Ryan Scaife on camera. Out of the gun goes Wopat. Wopat will keep it on the quarterback keeper. And he picks up about 7 yards and a first down.
What a nice move by Wopat. Dug that cleat in the ground and drove himself up the field. Very good, simple move, but so effective to just cause the defense to pause just long enough to change directions and get that seam up the left side.
Ball marked at the 47-yard line. Shams, one of the wide receivers on the far side of the field. Trent Foreman, number 21 on the near side. Wopat going to hand it off to Roberts. Roberts hops through the line and picks up 3 right at midfield.
Therick Roberts, a tough load to bring down. Taken down by Jacob Service.
These West Salem Panthers are coached by Justin Jen. Head coach of Central is Tony Service. And both of these teams having a great year this year.
Both teams with postseason aspirations. And I think we'll be seeing both of these teams with a chance to go far.
They both are in for the WIA playoffs. Which we'll start seeing that next week, and the pairings setting up over the weekend.
Yeah, I believe it's usually by noon on Saturday that the seeding is announced.
Now, this is interesting play now for West Salem. At midfield, the 3rd down and 7.
They're certainly not afraid of trickery.
No.
You know, with their onside kick and their fake punt that they tried. We may be seeing a 4-down territory sort of a situation even this early in the game.
Well, you got Foreman our way, number 21. They're looking there on a little slant pattern. Going into him, and the sure-handed receivers got it, and the 1st down.
What an effort. David Hayden was right on top of him and right there in coverage, and Trenton Foreman kept the legs moving and got himself a 1st down because he caught that short of the line to gain, but his strength in his legs able to keep churning. Take a page out of Brendan Holt's book.
You know, and he looked like he was running about 3/4 speed. Didn't look like he pushed it. Just let everything cleared out, and there he was. So a 1st down. Here's Wopat with an option. Cuts it back up for the quarterback keeper. And he's got about 3 yards on the 1st down play.
And that cut up is the same move that he used off the left side on the option about 20 yards ago. And not quite as efficient that time. Wopat only getting a couple yards.
So it's spotted at the 39, a 2nd and 8. Wopat, this time he's going to hand off. Oh, he's going to keep it. Just had it in the gut of Roberts, and he decides to keep it. Looked like a full option play. Just put it in there and pull it out and see what you think.
Taken down by Peter Fleming there.
3rd and 3. I think now we're definitely in 2-play territory here.
Caleb Young bringing in the play from the sidelines. Another nice target for Wopat as a receiver. Going to split out to the far sideline. Foreman nearest to us.
So again, now penalty flags fly. Offsides against Central. And that will give West Salem an automatic 1st down.
That one hurts. Central had a chance to stall this drive, and a mental mistake giving them new life.
So West Salem, not necessarily the big play team. They're just very consistent, and they drive and drive and drive. So first down at the 29. Wopat is going to keep it, rolling out to his right, looking downfield. Got the underneath man. It's caught. And
that was Ethan Olson on the reception.
Yep. Olson with a couple yards at best. They're going to call it a yard gain.
Looking at some of the assistant coaches on the Central Red Raiders, some familiar names there. Jared Ambrose, Adam Haberman. Good to see them kind of contributing back to their school, coming back.
The handoff on the back coming out of the slot position.
And we got a late penalty flag right at the end of that one.
Yeah, I don't see any flag out there, Carl, so they're going to be just 3rd down and 5.
I thought I saw a penalty flag fly in, my mistake.
So a third down out of the gun. Here's Wolpat going to pitch this one out to Roberts. And a good job by the defense for Central stringing that one out.
Roberts maybe gets a yard. Good pursuit by the Red Raider defense. Brings up a very difficult 4th and 5.
Got to get just inside the 20-yard line for a first down.
This is almost too long of a distance to even consider a running play. And so that makes the mindset of the defense a lot easier, knowing that they really do have to throw it to ensure themselves a first down here.
Again, Foreman goes left this time. Severe to the right. And another penalty flag.
Time out.
They must have just got it because the backfield judge threw that one. So it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, scores 14-6. Central leading West Salem. And we've got 5:58 left in the second quarter. We'll take a break and be right back after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Join the party at the Arterial Bar and Grill. See the new look and fun atmosphere. This is the place where people come for a delicious meal and to reconnect with friends. Friday night, try their fish. Saturday night, slow-roasted prime rib. Wednesdays, get a basket of wings for just $2. Choose from 13 different sauces. Appetizers like nachos or quesadillas, onion rings, or cheese curds. Breakfast on Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 2 p.m. The Arterial, a lacrosse tradition for over 75 years. Why not make it yours?
The Castle commitment is making sure you have all the tools you need to find your next home. Our Castle Finder app is the most up-to-date home search app around. Search by neighborhoods, school districts, and more. It's the only real estate app with augmented reality. Point your phone or tablet and see all nearby homes for sale with photos and details right at your fingertips. Make your home search fun and easy. Castle Finder, available on the App Store or
Welcome back to West Salem High School. Here's a big 4th down and 5 play for the Panthers. Ball spotted at the 25 of Central. Wopat looking over the middle, and it's picked off, and the return's on. That's Hayden.
Hayden runs over a tackler. There's a penalty flag. That's one of those scenarios where intercepting it may look good on the stat sheet, but it's not advised unless you see a clear lane for a return.
I'm not sure. Was that David Hayden or Jamar Davis who got that?
I think it was Jamar Davis.
All right.
I thought I saw number 9.
So Jamar Davis coming up with the interception. And we're checking out the penalty flag at the end of that run on that return.
They're still sorting it out on the far sideline.
Yeah. What a great opportunity that's going to go away from West Salem, because that flag came at the end of the interception. So no matter what, I think it's going to stand, but you're going to walk this one off against Central.
It'll be a turnover either way. Probably a block in the back or a holding.
And I think
there's our white hat. We got holding against Central. And we have a personal foul against West Salem.
Oh. So
those penalties should offset.
Well, that was kind of odd. They marked it all the way. They marched it all the way down to the 5. And they walked it back out. And now they got it spotted out here, at the 21-yard line?
No, one was a dead ball foul, so it will be the holding penalty would be enforced first, and then the dead ball foul after that. So the holding penalty during the play gets enforced, and then they march it the opposite way for the 15-yard penalty. So they are not offsetting penalties. Had it both occurred during the play, then we would have seen offsetting penalties.
Okay, handoff inside, one of the rare runs that we've seen tonight out of Central. That goes off a left guard on the far side.
And that's Fleming again. Only the second running play by Central tonight.
And a nice run of 8 yards, so second down and 2.
Their method of running the football, so to speak, is used in short passes as well.
There's Fleming again. He's going to be short. He's going to lost the yard about.
And look who's at the bottom of the pile. Second leading tackler, it's Joe Hess. And Joe Hess, I believe, could very easily find himself in a first-team all-conference conversation coming from the linebacker position.
Hess, not the biggest guy, but he's down to 4-point stance this time. Here's Johnny Davis coming our way. Sets up, throws out here, and in and out of the hands, intended for Jamar Davis. A little crowded area over there. A couple of receivers really close. And it'll bring up 4th down.
Believe it or not, 4:41 left in our second quarter. That's the first incompletion that Johnny Davis has had tonight.
Wow.
8 out of 9 thus far for 2 touchdowns.
Tristan Johnson in to punt. Foreman will be deep for West Salem. He'll be standing at his own 45. So the Panthers should get this football with some great field position. And tipped. They think they might have tipped that one on the punt. In fact, yeah, coming off the field here, kind of shaking his left hand. Aaron Barr, I think, got his left hand on it because I think he might have stung his fingers a little bit.
Oh, I think that's Tegan Hansen. I think that's 32.
32, you are right.
The West Salem numbers are a little difficult to read. I'll give you that.
So with a partial block, football is going to be spotted at the West Salem 49-yard line.
That's a big play there. That's as good as a nice return.
It is. 4:31 left in the first half. And Wopat trying to get his team into the end zone here one more time before half. So again, a lot of running room out there for him. The handoff inside, and Roberts.
Maybe back to the line of scrimmage,
yeah.
But Roberts nowhere to go. Blown up by the central defensive line, led by Tristan Johnson. Number 24, defensive lineman. Not the biggest of defensive linemen, 6'1", 180.
So really no gain on the play. And the clock is moving as we're inside of 4 minutes. Wopat looking left, a little down and out pattern. Caught, tackled right away. That's number 22, Aaron Barr.
Max Pop with the really good form tackle, squared up his man and just drove him straight to the ground.
So about a pickup of 6, 3rd and 4. Ball at the 45 of Central. They're giving Foreman quite a bit of space here on our side of the field. And Wopat will go the other way. Got a man open downfield. Oh, and out of the hands.
Austin Severe, a great adjustment to the ball in the air and then did everything but catch the football.
He was too wide open, Carl.
He heard footsteps that weren't there.
Yeah. That would have been a great play for the Panthers. But it falls incomplete. 4th down and 4. And Therick Roberts is in there to punt away. Central will get the football back with lots of time. There's a knuckleballer that'll come down at the 20, knocked out of bounds at about the 20. Just inside.
Good kick, keeping it away from the returner. Flips the field a little bit.
If you'd like a copy of tonight's game, you can go to our website and you can make the order there. That's KQEGTV.com. So with 3 minutes left, you know, we've seen Johnny Davis come up with some big scores in less time.
And this would be huge if he's able to get something here with Central receiving the second half kickoff.
And he's going to roll to his left, look downfield. He's got blockers. Jordan Davis crossing the field. He's got it at the 40 and tackled at the 44.
We know about Johnny Davis's improvisation, his ability to extend plays with his legs, and he really makes that one happen and allows time for Jordan Davis to come open. We see that kind of stuff on the basketball floor with him, and it just translates so well to football.
Well, you know, and you got your twin brother at the quarterback slot. You think you might know a little bit of what they're going to do. Here's a handoff up the middle and about a 9-yard pickup. I think that
was Cross with the carry.
So second down in the yard. 2:26. And Central picking up some big yardage in big chunks here as we're closing out this first half.
Well, after that punt flipped the field, they reversed that course so quickly.
There's Cross again with the first down and a lot more. So he's down to the 35.
Two biggest runs of the night so far for Central come at the hands of Stephen Cross.
This offense for Central knows how to move quickly. This time Johnny Davis is going to keep it. Trying to slip one tackle, and oh boy, he took a big hit.
What a play there, and that is Tegan Hansen.
Good
filling
clean.
In for Brendan Holt on the defensive side. A big play.
Boy, Johnny Davis really took a hit that time.
Good to see him pop right back up from that one, but you're right, that was a hit and a half.
So second down and 10, no gain. Looking to the left. He's going to swing it out in the flat to Cross. He gets hit by one player, stays on his feet, and he picks up 8 yards.
Good effort by Stephen Cross. That looked like it was going to be blown up for no gain, and Central's going to take a timeout, but Cross able to keep his legs moving, pushing through the tackler, and turns what would have been a 3rd and 10 into a 3rd and 3.
Wow. Nice play by Cross, slipping that one tackle, and then just extra effort getting that extra yardage. Allied Cooperative is another one of our sponsors this evening. The products you need from the people you know and can trust, all close to home. From feed and grain to LP and refined fuels to Ace Hardware and Cynics, Allied Cooperative. Now, that's something to cheer about. We were talking about the PA announcer, Tony Averbach, out here at West Salem. He's been with the PA and the team for a long, long time. Great guy. Came over and visited us with before the game.
At halftime, if you're watching us on the stream, you will see the SSE Music halftime show with West Salem Music Director Dave Keys. Good performance by the West Salem Band. Assistant Director Kelly Martin.
Central trying to put a score on the board here with 1:13 left. Here's Cross up the middle, and he's got the first down, and that'll move the sticks again and temporarily stop the clock. You can tell Central has practiced this to get their hurried up offense moving.
And that is the advantage of the clock pausing for first downs.
That gives Central's coach Service just time enough to call in the play. Here's Davis. Johnny Davis looking downfield. Lots of time. Now he's got to come out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw back across the field. Got a safety out there. There's Cross. And he got a block. And he's in. 24 yards out, and we're checking the field. No flags. 24 yards out to Stephen Cross for the touchdown.
We talked about the improvisation of Johnny Davis, and there he does it again, using his legs to create room for his arm. And that was a beauty right there.
So the extra point attempt coming up.
Jacob Service, the holder for Trevin Van Egtern.
And that's with 49 seconds left in the first half. And it's a low one. That's not going to go through. So the score will stand at 20-6. Central High School leading West Salem. Up to that point, it was a quiet first half, but Central got that football back on what was it, about their 20-yard line where they started this one, and they drove downfield.
2 minutes and 50 seconds on the game clock, so just over a 2-minute drive going all 80 yards they needed.
Pretty amazing, and Central, they looked very calm going down the field. You know, we were talking about this earlier. Johnny Davis and Jordan Davis both are getting looks from D1 schools for basketball. And now I'm hearing stories about Johnny Davis and Jordan both getting looks for not necessarily the majors, but, you know, some D1, D2 schools to play football. That's pretty amazing.
Wouldn't it be something if they could figure out a way to find themselves on D1 football and basketball teams?
You know, that's I don't know how you do it.
Largely unheard of.
I don't know how you do it at that level. All right.
If anybody can, it's them.
Yeah. 49 seconds left in the first half. And the kickoff is muffed and picked up by Olson. And he fights a couple tacklers off, but then he's going to be gang tackled at the 31. And Olson, you can see a little bit of frustration here. Because these Panthers certainly want this game tonight. And they're not out of it. Boy, we saw them come back against Onalaska.
That was a valiant effort, and I feel terrible for Joe Wopat and the center on that two-point conversion attempt at the end of the game last week. That had that snap been maybe even 6 inches lower, Wopat's able to get that handoff to Brendan Holt, and maybe they win the football game. The hole was open, but Holt couldn't go through it.
Wopat dives ahead. And the Panthers are going to let the clock run. But, you know, when they went into the locker room last weekend, they came out with a great second-half plan and got right back into that game.
West Salem band getting ready across the way. Plumes in place on the hats.
All right, we'll see. This is probably going to be the last play of the half. Hand off to Roberts. Roberts got some running room, and he loses the football. And Central says they've got it with no time on the clock.
I think they do, but it's going to be all for naught.
No time on the clock. So we come to the half, and the teams will head to the locker room. La Crosse Central leading this contest 20-6 over the West Salem Panthers. And we'll be back with halftime activities here at West Salem High School. You're watching the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyers Furniture.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed.
At Tri-State Business Machines, our job is to keep you moving forward. We know your business depends on the reliability of your equipment. That's why we're here, to provide you with the industry's highest rated machines and the know-how to keep them running at peak efficiency. We understand the importance of quality sales, service, and support. We've been doing it for over 60 years. To learn more about what we can do for you, visit tsbm.com. Tri-State Business Machines. Move forward. with us.
Join the party at the Arterial Bar and Grill. See the new look and fun atmosphere. This is the place where people come for a delicious meal and to reconnect with friends. Friday night, try their fish. Saturday night, slow-roasted prime rib. Wednesdays, get a basket of wings for just $2. Choose from 13 different sauces. Appetizers like nachos or quesadillas, onion rings, or cheese curds. Breakfast on Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 2 p.m. The Arterial, a lacrosse tradition for over 75 years. Why not make it yours? It's halftime and time for the SSE Music Halftime Show. SSE Music, the music place on lacrosse's north side. Remember, last three letters in lacrosse are SSE.
This year we have 144 kids in our program. That is color guard, baton twirlers, the Panther, everybody. At the high school we have 27% of the student body actually involved in band, which is really nice. 7 through 12 we actually have 42% of the student body involved in band, which is just awesome. Ryan Waldhart does such a great job at the middle school, along with Martina Glazel, and Kelly Martin is down there as well. And it's just a great music program in general. Starts at K-12, starts at K, and with Lisa Jones, and Elle Nim is a great choir director at the middle school, and then Amy Hansen at the high school. It's a really good team of people that we have here. Besides marching band, we have our kids will play pep band at volleyball games, the football games, basketball games. We also have 2 jazz ensembles here. We have a concert band and a wind symphony. That will kick in after marching season's over. We're actually doing auditions, not next week, but the following week for those 2 groups. So far this year, we have done, I believe, 3 volleyball games. We've marched 2 halftime shows. We've been in 4 parades. And we have 1 more halftime show, another pep band next week for volleyball. And then the tournament season for both those sports, you know, if things go well for them, we'll try to send a band with them. That's always a volunteer thing. And sometimes it's tough to get kids to go. They got homework to do. They have jobs. They have other things to do. But we always try and do that. And then, then once that's all done, we start preparing for our winter concert, which is December 9th in the Hyder Center. And we'll just get rolling on that. So at that halftime show, we are going to play songs were picked by the seniors, actually. They picked Hooked on a Feeling and The Avengers, and then we always play Kiss Him Goodbye. We kiss our seniors goodbye that night. It's the last time they'll be performing with us as a marching band. So, and it's a big crew this year. It's like 37 seniors, and they are a talented and fun group of kids. And it's the, you know, the first last, if you will. We've had a few of those with them, so. We are kind of a different school in that we play 3 different songs for every halftime show and do a little different routine. Now, our routines are they're fairly simple. We'll do like follow the leader or make this shape at measure 25 or whatever, but it does make for things to be interesting for sure, and sometimes a little chaotic, but it's always fun. When we march on the street, we always play the same song. We pick one in the spring usually for the following year, the kids do, and then we'll play that song on the street. But for Oktoberfest, we actually throw in Hey Baby and the Hey Song just to have fun with the crowd after the judging area. So we took 3rd at Oktoberfest. Holman took 1st. They looked magnificent. Onalaska took 2nd. I love their uniforms. I think they look really good. But we took 1st at Watermelon Days up in Kellogg, Minnesota, and then we took 1st in Applefest, at Applefest Parade. Our parents are amazing people. Like seriously, that word amazing is thrown out so much, but these people are just amazing. I have a list of probably 70 people. I'll send an email out and say, hey, we need help for this parade. And within 5 minutes, there's like at least a dozen, hey, I can be there. Or we need help setting up for the refreshments after the concert. And it's just immediate help. And they're so good. And now we're to the point now, I have no idea what they even do. When a new parent comes in and asks me, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, I don't know. You need to ask a veteran parent, because there's so much that they do that happen behind the scenes that just could not happen if it was just me and Mrs. Martin. It just wouldn't happen. They're amazing people, and we love having them. We just finished a Club's Choice and Butter Braids fundraiser. The delivery on that is actually the 15th of October. But we have an ongoing fundraiser with Quick Trip script cards that we do. Every 2 weeks, people order script cards. In fact, the last order was $58,000. Since February of 2014, we have sold probably $1.5 to $1.6 million in script cards, and then we get a kickback of 5%, and that goes directly into the kids' account. So it's just a great program that Quick Trip puts on. Of course, you know, I'm an advocate for music and the arts in general and making a well-rounded student and a well-rounded individual that is productive later in life. In fact, I had one of my former students who was a drum major here, who ended up being one of the lower-ranking people in an emergency situation. He's an EMT, and he ended up doing triage and starting commanding people what to do and how to do it and trying to be as efficient as possible. And when it was all said and done, he's like, I learned so many of those skills by being a drum major at West Salem High School. And it was like, wow. Talk about taking what we do and putting it in a real life situation. It was really a neat thing.
Thanks for watching the SSE Music Halftime Show. SSE Music, the last 3 letters in lacrosse are SSE.
Sales, service, education. SSE is the music place. That's SSE Music at area schools. SSE is proud to be involved with school concerts and solo and ensemble competitions. A lifetime of playing an instrument begins at SSE Music. Get your child started properly. SSE is your school rental headquarters, making music affordable for your child with a month-to-month rental program. Rent or buy, SSE will work with your child's music instructor to find the perfect instrument. The last 3 letters in lacrosse, SSE.
And we're back here at West Salem High School. The West Salem band, you just watched the Dave Keys interview for the SSE Music Halftime Show. Carl Greenfield and Art Fay here. And we will tune in to the West Salem band as they lead us in an Ooga Chukka with Hooked on a Feeling.
It is now time to say thanks to our seniors and introduce them to you. Sit back, relax, and stay on Rachel Marie Newton, Megan May Larson, Elizabeth Lee Korn, and Danica Faith Adams. Our clarinets, Stephanie Marie Cecil, Bianca Marie Newman, Danielle Marie Kleinschmidt, Olivia Brianne Hall, Brooke Wendy Vincent. On alto saxophone, Nicholas Vernon Sakowitz, Alicia Catherine Shams, Ashley Aaron Anderson, our tenor saxes, Ryan Lee Schlibian, Anna Grace Johnson, Emma Faith Hull, and Henry Ames. Honorary sax, Ian Jonathan Knudsen. On mellophone, Danielle Evelyn Miller. Our trumpets, Isaac Lewis Walhart, Vanessa Alice Smith, Nicholas David Melke, Jacob Daniel Iverson, Alex Daniel Cronk, Colin Matthew Clements, and Dylan Richard Adams. On trombone, Megan Atwater Hunter, and Colville Charles Carloff. Our sousaphones, Abigail Elizabeth Sharp, Andrew Joseph Murphy. And our drum line, Triggy Lewis Bakken and Ada Joyce Hage. Our color guard members, Emma Caroline Lindsley, Michaela Cecile Beckner, Mackenzie Rachel Blackdeer. Our baton twirler, Hannah Claire Corbin, and our senior drum major, Matthew Jonathan Baldwin. Thank you, seniors, for all your hard work during this and the previous 3 marching seasons. Your dedication to the West Salem High School music program has been appreciated. Now the band will kiss the seniors goodbye, but first the ceremonial passing of the whistle from senior drum major Matthew Jonathan Baldwin to the junior drum major Margaret Jo Kronk. The Panthers had another successful season, landing first place in both the Watermelon Days and Applefest Parade, as well as third place at Oktoberfest. Great job, band. This officially wraps up the fall marching season for the band.
As the West Salem Marching Band makes their way off the field, we will take a quick break, and then we will be back with a little bit of stats before we begin our third quarter here on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, Lacrosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling system.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, Lacrosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility.
From the bluffs to the river, surround yourself with
knowledge,
competition, the arts,
friendships.
Surround yourself with distinction.
Surround yourself with UW Lacrosse.
It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Central Red Raiders and the West Salem Panthers. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages. It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Central Red Raiders and the West Salem Panthers. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages. It's halftime.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West.
The Castle commitment is making sure you have all the tools you need to find your next home. Our Castle Finder app is the most up-to-date home search app around. Search by neighborhoods, school districts, and more. It's the only real estate app with augmented reality. Point your phone or tablet and see all nearby homes for sale with photos and details right at your fingertips. Make your home search fun and easy. Castle Finder, available on the App Store or the Castle.
Welcome back. Just about ready for the start of the second half here at West Salem High School. The West Salem Panthers trailing La Crosse Central at halftime, 20-6. This is Art Fay along with Carl Greenfield. We've got Ryan Scaife on camera tonight. Panthers going to kick off to start the second half in the dark uniforms, Central in the white jerseys. And Carl, first half, Central did a nice job of controlling that offense. But we'll talk a little bit about that right after this kickoff. And the football is going to be picked up at the 18-yard line on the far side of the field. Look out, Central with a lot of running room. And up to almost midfield with a return. And a good return. I think that's Stephen Cross at the end of that one.
No, I think that was DeAndre Davis.
Okay.
With the return there. Yeah, we talked about the Central offense led by Johnny Davis and his throwing arm through the air. 11 out of 12, 171 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. And that's about as efficient as you can get. Jordan Davis finished the first half with 81 yards on 5 catches, had the 1 touchdown. Stephen Cross had a 24-yard touchdown, and the lone catch for Jamar Davis, a 33-yard touchdown.
All right, out of the shotgun goes Johnny Davis. Close out the first half. They went the distance of the field, about 80 yards, in less than 2 minutes. And there's a pass out in the flat out here. Caught, a little bit of running room, and finally pushed out of bounds. That's Jamar Davis, the leading receiver for Central.
And he's going to pick up about 13 yards on that one.
So this passing game for Central is one of the best we've seen in the conference. And they regularly pass where most high school teams anywhere in the state of Wisconsin you see mostly runs. So first down, ball at the 39-yard line. Cool night, it was about 39 degrees at kickoff. Davis rolling out to his left, setting up, looking downfield, crosses, and he tries to get it out there to Jordan Davis, but overthrown. So I'll bring up second down.
So Brennan Holt left this game earlier, and we have not seen him return. Looked like he was favoring his right ankle. And so since then, Therick Roberts has kind of taken over the tailback duties, had 10 carries for 33 yards in the first half, had the lone touchdown for West Salem. Joe Wopat, the quarterback, finished the first half with 31 yards on the ground.
There's Cross on the inside. He's got a little bit of running room down to the 25. And that was a saving tackle.
That was a good play there by Caleb Young. And you're right, that was a saving tackle, a touchdown saving tackle perhaps. A good move in the open field by Cross.
You know, even looking on the sidelines here, Carl, I don't see Brendan Holt. You know, I'm just looking for him, see if he was in civilians or on a crutch or something, but I just don't see him.
I don't see him at all, you're right.
Here's Johnny Davis going out on the left side, spins down, and he picks up about 9 yards.
Johnny Davis, their leading rusher on the season, over 400 yards for him.
Yeah, that's kind of a rare run for him tonight.
It was only his second carry, and his first one really didn't go anywhere. This one picks up 8.
Davis again, this time on the right side. And he gets hit and dragged down inside the 10-yard line. It's good for a first down.
And it's going to be first and goal. Got just inside the 10. And this was something that West Salem was really looking to avoid coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, West Salem, as we said against Onalaska, really came to life in the second half. That was overthrown in the end zone. Jamar Davis is the intended receiver. You may see that play come back because I think Johnny Davis just missed him.
Yeah, that was a good route. He was wide open. A good throw, or even a decent throw, gets to him. Johnny Davis probably kicking himself after that throw.
So second and goal from the 9. Javar Davis on the right, Jordan Davis on the far left. And they're going to roll to his right. He's going to go back the other way. Davis trying to make something happen. Oh, and he just ran into his own teammate.
And that's not the guy you want to hit. That's Alec Morris, 6'4", 300 pounds. Goes Alec Morris, and that's a loss of about 6.
Oh, even the crowd just went, oh. His own player took him out. Johnny Davis getting hit.
And he was trying to block for him. You know, you can't really fault him there. He was out in the open field, and Johnny Davis runs a little faster than Alec Morris does, and as a result, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, he got Johnny Davis off his heels. 3rd and 15, 3rd and goal. Looking over the middle, now to the right. Oh, he's got him wide open. Touchdown pass to Stephen Cross from 15 yards out. I don't know how he got so wide open.
You're right, and that is the 2nd touchdown of the night for Stephen Cross. 4th touchdown pass for Johnny Davis. And biggest lead of the night now, looking to make it a 21-point deficit with Van Egtern, who missed his last extra point, left it short.
Yeah, that was like the 3rd option for Johnny Davis. And the extra point attempt is up. And
that one's much
good.
Better.
The extra point is good. That makes it 27-6. And we got 9:32 left in the 3rd quarter. So we'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Sales, service, education. SSE is the music place. That's SSE Music at area schools. SSE is proud to be involved with school concerts and solo and ensemble competitions. A lifetime of playing an instrument begins at SSE Music. Get your child started properly. SSE is your school rental headquarters, making music affordable for your child with a month-to-month rental program. Rent or buy, SSE will work with your child's music instructor to find the perfect instrument. The last 3 letters in lacrosse, SSE.
Are you looking for a new home? The Castle Realty Coming Soon program allows our buyers to view properties before they hit the market. Thinking about selling? Check out Castle's Buyers Waiting program. We might already have a buyer for your home. Castle Realty is matching buyers and sellers early in the process, saving everybody time and money. Castle Realty is committed to providing an excellent real estate experience. Call Castle Realty and experience the commitment.
I have to check that number, not Olson.
That was Aaron Barr, number 22, with the return.
So 1st and 10, we'll call it just shy of the 40, so actually officially at the 39. Central opening up the 2nd half with a nice drive. Finishing it off with a pass, 15-yard pass, Johnny Davis to Stephen Cross. And
a quick
Roberts.
Drive, too.
Yeah, it was a quick drive. Roberts losing a yard in the play. At the bottom of that pile, number 64, Caden Hansen.
I think we heard $215 on the 50-50 raffle for tonight.
Somebody's
taking home a nice chunk of money.
Yeah.
And they're probably buying dinner and drinks afterwards.
Well, if they didn't leave to go watch the Brewer game or something.
That's right.
All right, 2nd down. Wopat, a little pass over here to Foreman. And that's one of the first catches we've seen him tonight make.
Nice play there by Darius Driver, number 25, right on top of Trenton Foreman. Maybe gets a yard.
You know, I think Central has really been keying in on Foreman as far as the passing game.
That is his 4th catch of the night, but only 30 yards to show for it. Foreman averaging almost 18 yards per reception, so definitely keeping him in check.
You know, and Brendan Holt has been out of the game since in the 2nd quarter. And, you know, when you lose a player like that, that's an all-conference caliber. That hurts. Here's Wopat going right. Look out. I don't think he sees him from behind. Got him sacked.
Saw him at the last moment. Tristan Johnson coming all the way from the right end position and making the play, chasing down a very elusive quarterback in Joe Opat.
Yeah, Johnson, boy, he saw him. You could see he was excited about going after him. And deep to receive, Jamar Davis, and Roberts will be punting. Jamar Davis standing at his 23. And this will be a knuckleballer going to the right side of the field, far side, and that'll go out of bounds somewhere near the 30. And that'll be a first down for the Panthers at that point. Another one of our sponsors this evening, that's the Union State Bank of West Salem. They're proud to support West Salem athletics. The Union State Bank is a hometown community bank serving families and businesses in the Cooley region. For all your banking needs, Union State Bank, where customers and community come first, and they are a member of the FDIC. Thanks for being on board the Union State Bank of West Salem. Well, these Panthers and Central will both, they have qualified, they will both move on in the WIA playoffs. Pairing set up, as Carl said earlier tonight in the broadcast, tomorrow at about noon we should know where and who they're going to play. As well as Holman and Onalaska are in, and then the question mark will be for Sparta and Logan. So first down carry, no gain for Central.
And Holman and Onalaska playing tonight, obviously, for the MVC crown. And the loser of that game will tie the winner of this game for second place in the conference.
Here's Davis getting chased out of the pocket and slips a tackle in the backfield, slips two, finally pushed out of bounds.
I have no idea how he didn't go down on two different occasions.
Boy, just that speed. So elusive back there.
It was the world's most impressive 2-yard gain.
Logan and Toma at halftime tonight. It's Logan 21, Toma 14.
Logan can sneak into the playoffs with a win. You talked about that Brewers game. The Brewers do lead 2-1 over the Dodgers in the fourth inning.
Wow. Pass complete to Van Egtern. Johnny Davis throwing a low strike there. It brings up fourth down. Ball is about a half a yard away. They may even measure this. I don't know. Let's see if they can bring it out or not. Nope, they're going to say it's fourth down. And Central's going to stay out there. So at the 27-6 lead, Central's going to see if they can keep this ball in their control. 6 minutes left in the third quarter of play. Davis out of the gun. Checking back over to the sideline. This is such a different way they play football in comparison just as soon as 10 years ago. The sideline calls. Here's a pass out to Van Egtern, and he's got it. And he's got
That's Jamar Davis.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Got about 10 yards there.
Yeah, and Jamar has been the favorite receiver for Johnny Davis all year.
So just a moment ago in Holman, Kevin Cable scoring a touchdown, getting the Vikings up to a 27-7 advantage over Onalaska. And that is a big one for the Holman Vikings to get that kind of a lead. They can use their running game to salt away the game.
If it's close to what our game is, they probably got most of the second half left.
Yeah, they're very early in the third quarter, so obviously a lot can happen, especially with that Onalaska offense. Austin Larson, very talented young quarterback.
He really is. That's a 4-yard pickup, ball at the 45, 2nd and 6. Davis going to run out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw downfield. We got a whistle or not a flag in the backfield.
I think we're going to get a holding penalty, and that's all going to come back, and it's going to go against Alec Morris.
That was quite a strike that he got it out there to Jordan Davis, but they're going to march it back. And I think they're going to be calling that against number 72, Alex Morris. And Morris was just disagreeing with the official, saying, no, that's not right.
That's one of the challenges of an offensive lineman when you do have an elusive quarterback, is it's really easy to try and spring open your quarterback a little bit more by grabbing and holding, and you get odd angles with defenders coming at you as he's trying to elude it, and so you end up, sometimes you commit a penalty, and the fortunate thing for Central is that with as electric as this offense is, a 2nd and 16 is not that big of a deal.
So Johnny Davis rolling left. Downfield he goes, and he's got the first down. Nice strike. That was a clean pass. DeAndre Davis.
So one of the 3 possible combinations of a Davis to Davis completion goes to DeAndre.
4 touchdown passes tonight for Johnny Davis to 3 different receivers. So he picks up the first down, 1st and 10 at the 35. Handoff, here goes Cross. Cuts it back up, and a nice gain, and for a first down inside the 20. Stephen Cross. That running game, they don't use it a lot, but keeps West Salem real honest when they use it.
59 yards on 6 carries for Stephen Cross so far.
And West Salem wants a timeout. Next week, the playoffs get underway. And Rick Wilson, our chief guy, telling us that we'll most likely have Holman and West Salem. You can watch the website for details. Pairings will be released, as we said, over the weekend. And a Sunday and Thursday night this week, there's a special edition of Knights of Thunder, the Oktoberfest races, stock car races. They continue on KQEG with the Friday night races this week, including the Dick Trickle 99, Sunday and Thursday at 7 p.m.
It was a wet weekend to have Oktoberfest races over at the Speedway. Not too far from where we are. Rick Wilson and Dan Diker always do a great job covering those races for everyone.
You know, Dan is, he's really good at that.
He's got a passion
he really does.
Like no other.
He just loves stock car racing, and he's a good announcer for the track.
Yeah, it's one of those unique scenarios where, you know, from a broadcast standpoint, Rick kind of does the in-between the race commentary, and then we plug into Dan's audio through the PA system.
There's Cross again. Big running room on the left side. Just a little bit of a crossing pattern. He let his block set up, and he picks up a good chunk of yardage. About a 7-yard carry.
And that is something that I really did not anticipate seeing in tonight's game. Chunk yardage on the ground against a very talented West Salem defense. This is probably the toughest night that they have had, maybe with the exception of that Holman game where they were shut out, but just haven't looked like themselves.
Cross with a carry again. These West Salem Panthers, they've only lost, as you said, to Holman 20-0, and last week 21-20 against the Hilltoppers. The losses for Central were against Holman 30-27, and then that surprise loss to Sparta 17-12. As we said, Sparta was kind of the team that really stirred the pot in the MVC this year. And
Sparta can't beat anyone else, but they beat the really good teams, I guess.
They really did. All right, here's Cross again.
Now that's Johnny Davis keeping
Johnny
it.
Davis? Well, he fights his way close to the goal line.
Going to bring up a very manageable 1st and goal. Got him down at the 4-yard line. Oh, the 3 it looks like.
So Davis, Johnny Davis, out of the gun as he has been all night. This time he does hand it off to Cross, and he goes in from 3. Wow, Cross for his 3rd touchdown, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. 3 yards out. And the score moves now to 33-6. We got 2:59 left in the third quarter. Central controlling this ball game now. The extra point attempt coming up. And this is kind of a disappointing night for West Salem Panthers. And we got a penalty flag coming out.
Offsides.
It's the Panthers.
When it rains, it pours, I guess.
So half the distance to the goal line. You know, at halftime, it was 20-6. And 2 quick touchdowns in this quarter here for the Red Raiders. And the extra point attempt coming up. And that extra point is good, 34-6. So the Panthers, they got their work cut out now. Just over a quarter to play. But as we said, both these teams do qualify. Playoffs, do they play on Thursday night next week?
I think the first week will be a Friday.
It's a Friday, huh?
The second week is usually also a Friday, and I think sometimes the third week is a Thursday.
As we said at the top of the game here tonight, there is a possibility that 6 out of the 8 teams in the MVC could be in the playoffs.
It's kind of unbelievable.
It's really, that's amazing to me.
The only ones eliminated from it are Toma and Aquinas. But Aquinas got themselves their first conference win against Toma.
Yep.
And they're playing over at Roger Herring Stadium tonight, where Rick Wilson and Terry Erickson are indoors from the elements. Must be nice.
When you're making the schedule, you can make it like you like it.
That's true.
All right, Central about ready to kick off.
5:25 to go in the third quarter. It's 34-7 in favor of Toma, so very much paralleling this game. Or Holman, excuse me. Holman over on Alaska.
30. What was the score again?
34-7, Holman in the lead over on Alaska. So,
wow.
Unless something dramatically changes, we will see the Holman Vikings at the top of the MVC all by themselves.
Now these Vikings probably felt they had something to prove tonight after getting beat last week.
Coming in undefeated, they're playing Sparta. They think we got this one in the bag, and Sparta came out and spanked them. I mean, it was not just a squeaker. I think it was, 28-6? Was the final score?
It was not close. All right, return to the 35-yard line. Passed by Wopat out into the flat and tackled right away.
That's the way you do it. Max Pop with another excellent fundamental tackle. He gets low, he gets under control, he wraps, and he drives.
You know, and he made a great play on a good receiver in Trenton Foreman. Actually, a pass play is a loss of a yard. So second down now. Ball moves back to the 34.
Got an official timeout telling Max Pop something's going on with his equipment. Oh, his shoe was undone. That's easily resolved. Although he had to strip his gloves off to do it. Good catch by the official. I don't even know if Max Pop was aware of it. Not the night you want to lose a shoe on this cold turf.
No. All right, here we're ready to go. Hand off to Olson on the far side. And his Central defense on 2 consecutive plays held tight.
Olson carry.
So bring up a third down and 10.
And Pop is still trying to fix his shoes.
Well, this conference was a tight race this year. 4 teams at the top. Any one of them could have taken it.
That just shows you the depth of talent that's available in this Cooley region. Because it's not like there are a bunch of mediocre teams and somebody eventually kind of comes out the top. It's a lot of very good teams. And unfortunately, not everyone's able to win it.
Well, slant pattern, that's only going to go back to the line of scrimmage. So defensively for Central, a good series of downs. And West Salem's punting team comes in with Eric Roberts. Going to be punting this one away.
That's a really tough 3 and out there after giving up the demoralizing drive there that Central put together.
Jamar Davis deep for this punt.
And at a certain point, you know, for both teams, do you start to try and preserve some of your starters for next week?
Well, you certainly don't want anybody to get hurt, but, you know, maybe.
Keep them fresh?
Yeah, it's just sometimes, you know, you want to make sure you got this game in hand. There's a lot of time left.
Of course there is. If Central's able to score a touchdown here, something I didn't think we were going to even, a phrase we were going to utter tonight was a running clock would come into play.
Yeah, we'll see how much they put it up in the air. But anyway, we got 56 seconds left in the third quarter, and Johnny Davis, Jamar Davis in motion. He gets the handoff, cuts it upfield, and he goes for about 9 at midfield.
And there's a wrinkle in the offense that we have not seen so far. The jet sweep. It's utilized pretty heavily in the West Salem offense, but not so in the Red Raider offense.
2nd and a yard. They're going to hand it off inside, and he's going to be short of the first down. Peter Fleming with the carry. He's close, but 3rd down, and boy, I'd say, Carl, that might be 6 inches, maybe a foot.
Length of a football. That was the first carry for Peter Fleming in quite a while. We saw a lot of Stephen Cross, but nothing really from Fleming.
So that's the end of the third quarter of play. Teams coming to the sidelines, talk to their coach for the last few minutes of this game, last 12 minutes. It is 34-6, Central leading West Salem in this Mississippi Valley Conference game. We'll be back right after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Hi, this is Jerry at Big Boar Barbecue. Do you know that we offer occasional specials like our prime rib nights, our smoked cod loins with garlic butter, meatloaf, or smoked hocks and crow? Just check out our website at bigboarbarbecue.com or like us on Facebook, and we'll keep you up to date with our delicious specials. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem, and George and Gillette La Crosse. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful.
Yeah!
There's no place like La Crosse, Wisconsin, with the river and the bluffs.
Academic success, athletic success, all of our programs are doing really well right now.
Coming out here and playing my first conference game, I had a bunch of goosebumps, I had chills, I was excited, I was nervous, I felt every emotion that, you can feel.
College, when you think of what that experience is and the growth as a person and as a student and as an athlete, there's no place like UW-La Crosse.
Here we go into the final 12 minutes of this contest. 34-7, Central leading West Salem on a 3rd down in the yard. Pass play out there, and that was on one hop, so it's incomplete and brings up a 4th down.
Doesn't Johnny Davis know it's not basketball season yet? Bounce passes are great on the hardwood, but not on the gridiron.
So Central, they're going to go for it for 4th and a foot. And it's at the West Salem 46-yard line.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Davis keep it here.
Oh, and looks like the defense jumped.
The Panthers gave it to him right there. That's the second first down via defensive penalty. Central did it earlier, and now West Salem does it.
And another one of our sponsors tonight is Rish Heating and Air Conditioning in downtown West Salem. They offer a wide range of central air conditioning and heat pumps, and you can't go wrong with an Armstrong Air, plus a complete line of high-efficiency gas, oil, and electric furnaces. Count on Rish Heating and Air Conditioning in West Salem this winter to keep your family warm. Thank you, Rish Heating and Air Conditioning, for being a sponsor. Handoff goes inside, and he's not going to get anything as 3 black jerseys corral and bring down Peter Fleming.
That's Ethan Olson and Joe Hess in there, the top 2 tacklers of the team. Fleming lost 4 on that one. Yeah, you were talking about Rish Heating, and I don't think the air conditioning part of things is going to come into play anymore.
We took a dive here in the temperature real fast. Second down.
It was like the low 70s earlier this week.
There's a pass out on the far side of the field. That goes to Van Echtern. You know, these receivers, they had a penalty at the very end of all that, way after the play's done. Not sure what that is, but the receivers for Central, these little curl patterns, you know, you've got 4 guys that you can go to on a regular basis that do a great job of running patterns.
Makes it pretty easy as a quarterback to have that many guys you can count on.
You know, it's a lot of timing on the patterns as well. Some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct activity over there being called against
some sort of, maybe somebody said something.
It had to be, because nobody was touching anybody at that point, so there had to be an extra comment. That's a big one.
And I realize that the Panthers they're frustrated. They're having a really tough night. But that's something that you cannot let happen. And from a coaching standpoint, if it were my players, the person that did that, they're not playing the rest of the night. I don't care what the result is, you know, from that.
Yeah,
you just can't have that.
On this side of the field, it's hard to tell what happened. But you're right. It looked to me like a comment. There's a handoff, and I'm pretty sure that was Cross.
It was?
Cross is, you know, both running and receiving tonight. He's had a nice game.
I think Cross has really been the star of the night. We talk about, you know, the 4 touchdown passes from Johnny Davis, but 2 of them were to Cross, and then he ran one in himself. And there's
Cross spinning into the line.
Well over 100 all-purpose yards.
Yeah. Cross got the first down. So it'll make it 1st and goal. And the chain gang is waiting for the officials to place the football down. So it's 1st and goal. And we'll call it the 8. First and goal, 8-yard line. Timeout with Salem. Panthers want to take a timeout. Get their second one of the half. Yeah, started the season watching a game at Eau Claire. And
it was about 85 degrees.
It was. It was. It was a great night up there.
I think the last time you and I were here, and with Ryan here too, it was hot and sticky up in this press box.
Well, we got away from that.
And that was only about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's nice being in the press box. It's not when you get on the playoff trail, you always find a press box. I think last week you guys were in the stands even for the Stout game.
Yeah, we were in the stands out at UW Stout. I was there with Terry Erickson and Luke Saunders.
I was watching
running the camera.
I was watching the
game.
That
was an exciting finish.
Was it ever?
A walk-off,
overtime,
strip sack, fumble recovery, 65 yards for a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
Rusty Murphy running that one back all the way. Got tackled right near the goal line, but rolled over the defender and right into the end zone. It was something else.
Here we go, 1st and goal. Johnny Davis going on the right side, trying to head to the corner of the end zone, and he got in. Johnny Davis from 8 yards out. So what a big night for the offense for La Crosse Central. That touchdown makes it 40-6. And the extra point attempt coming up.
The extra point determines whether this will be a running clock or not. And I'm sure for the fans that have stuck around tonight, maybe a running clock might be something they're looking forward to.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise at this score tonight. Here we go with the extra point. And a knuckleballer. And it makes its way through.
Ask the Cleveland Browns about a knuckleball kick. They got the winner last week on that one. Doesn't have to be pretty to work.
No, it doesn't. So tonight, Central find themselves up 41-6 with 10.5 minutes left in the game. We'll be back right after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Hi, this is Jerry at Big Boar Barbecue. Do you know that we offer occasional specials like our prime rib nights, our smoked cod loins with garlic butter, meatloaf, or smoked hocks and crow? Just check out our website at bigboarbarbecue.com or like us on Facebook, and we'll keep you up to date with our delicious specials. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem, and George and Gillette La Crosse. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
At Tri-State Business Machines, our job is to keep you moving forward. We know your business depends on the reliability of your equipment. That's why we're here, to provide you with the industry's highest rated machines and the know-how to keep them running at peak efficiency. We understand the importance of quality sales, service, and support. We've been doing it for over 60 years. To learn more about what we can do for you, visit tsbm.com. Tri-State Business Machines. Move forward with us.
All right, Central ready to kick off, leading 41-6, and it's an onside kick, and it'll be covered up nicely by West Salem at the 45.
Aaron Barr grabbing that and securing it there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why an onside kick, but maybe just to change things up a little bit.
The running clock has begun.
That is not, as you said earlier, a running clock is not at all what we expected tonight. Central coming in 6-2, as is West Salem.
Well, they got a running clock in Holman right now as well. Holman up 42-7 after 3 quarters.
These are amazing scores for teams that are that close to each other in the conference. Here's Roberts going to the left side.
Nice run, Therick Roberts.
Yes, it was.
That's a big boy effort right there.
David Hayden in on the tackle.
It's only the second carry for Roberts this half. Obviously playing from behind has influenced the offense, but they really have not had the ball very much. They've struggled to get the ball moving. And we might see some reserves start to come in the not too distant future.
7-yard pickup. 2nd and 3. Roberts again. And the big guy gets the first down.
Good effort there. 'Cause it looked like he was going to be about 1.5 yards short. And he pushed the pile and got a first down. Talking about Stephen Cross so far in tonight's game. 83 rushing yards on 11 carries, 5 catches, 68 yards, 3 total touchdowns. That's a big night for Stephen Cross.
It is. David Hayden coming in tonight's game was the leading tackler for Central with 52. Andrew Teff had 50. Jacob Service with 49. And the Panthers take another timeout. That might be their last timeout.
I think they might have one more remaining. I usually keep track of that, and I'm not doing that tonight. And I have failed everyone.
Well, we got a running clock, so if it is their last timeout.
Not a big deal, I guess.
No. 8:18 left in the contest. And tomorrow night, UW La Crosse is at home. Game time at 6 o'clock. I guess when you see this, it'll be Saturday night's game. But 6 o'clock, if you're watching us on tape delay basis, or if you're watching this live on the stream, 6 o'clock game against Stevens Point. Mike Schmidt, the head coach at La Crosse, doing a great job. He's got those kids playing some good football.
Yeah, that's definitely a sign of a well-coached team, just the way They handled adversity last week. They had a 2-touchdown lead with only about 7 minutes to go, and Stout stormed back, got themselves in a position to win that football game in overtime perhaps, and then good resolve to come back and win it in overtime.
Wolpat's pass complete to Dalton Shams. It'll bring up second and about 5. You know, and Ryan Byrne, who played here last year, now at UWL, he's their kicker. He's doing fabulous.
He's an excellent kicker. He did miss a kick last week Saturday, but it was pretty chilly out there. We were right there with him as far as temperature was concerned, sitting in the stands. But
and Ryan Byrne, it's going to be hard to keep him off the field at even a wide receiver position. I mean, he's a great athlete. Here's Roberts up the middle, and somebody got a grab of the ankle there. Runs all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Best run of the night for Therick Roberts.
As we said, we're missing Brendan Holt, who got hurt in the first half, and we just haven't seen him even on the sidelines. He came off, he walked off under his own power, but he was favoring his right ankle.
Therick Roberts has done an admirable job filling in for him. 14 carries for 61 yards and that 1 touchdown.
First down, here goes Wopat up the middle. He's got another first down inside the 15.
Wopat not to be outdone.
Well,
has his big gain of his own.
Yeah, you were talking about different reserves coming into play, and they are on the field right now for Central.
And Justin Barney, number 15, who is their backup quarterback, has checked in at a wide receiver position.
Wopat at the 14-yard line. Gives it off to Roberts. And they bring him down at the 11-yard line. And a lot of activity going on at all kinds of level of sports.
Checking in on Miller Park.
Yeah,
Brewers with a 5-1 lead in the middle of the 5th inning.
Boy, those Brewers are so hot right now. So it's 2nd and 7 at the 11. Wopat's going to go left. He hung on to it and thrown back, a couple yard gain.
Good effort to just get a couple of yards there.
Third and 7. As again, we have seen Wopat like to go to Trenton Foreman if they're going to pass it. And I'll tell you where he heads out on this lineup if they break the huddle. He'll be coming to the near side of the field on the right. He's a lone receiver to the right. And they hand it off to Roberts. He's got some running room. Puts his head down and
he's just short of the goal line.
Yeah.
He's got the first down, but not enough for the touchdown.
Bounced into the end zone.
Final score at Roger Herring Stadium, Sparta 41, Aquinas 8.
So Sparta has a shot at getting into the playoffs. All right, here we go. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Panthers. This is Wopat, and he walks it in. Goes in untouched. Joe Wopat for the 2nd touchdown of the evening for the Panthers.
It's a good run by Wopat and a good drive. That's really the best that West Salem's offense has looked possibly all night. Wolpat's 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. Hutchinson missed his first extra point off to the left. See if there's any sort of an adjustment here made.
And it was a high snap. Wopat looking to the end zone for some help, and they'll knock it down. The score will remain 41-12 as the extra point attempt on the high snap is no good. So the clock does stop at this time with the score. The other scoring run was also a 1-yard run. That came from Therick Roberts. That was way back in the first quarter, towards the tail end of the quarter. And at that point in time, it was 7-6 Central. Just taking a look at how this all scoring came tonight. Johnny Davis started the scoring with a pass to Jordan Davis. That was from 35 yards out. As we said, Therick Roberts ran one in for West Salem. At that point, it was 7-6. And finishing out the first quarter, a 33-yard pass from Johnny Davis to Jamar Davis. So at the end of the first quarter, it was 14-6. In the second quarter, Stephen Cross took a pass from Johnny Davis. That was for 24 yards out. Halftime score 20-6. Central got going, 2 more scores in the third quarter. A pass to Stephen Cross from 15 yards out, and a second one for a TD run by Cross. That made it 34-6 at the end of the third. Another Johnny Davis score, this time running. That made it 46-6 here in the fourth quarter, and the touchdown you just seen, Joe Wopat for West Salem taking in from a yard out.
49-14 is the score in the fourth quarter in Holman.
Holman over on Alaska by that kind of score. Amazing.
And obviously the ground game has taken over there. And credit to Holman's defense for keeping that Onalaska offense at bay.
A loose football out there, onside, but finally covered up by a white jersey.
Devin Bacook grabbing that one, number 7. Looked like Jacob Service was in there as well.
So Central does have the football.
They are keeping the running clock going. I thought that's what would happen.
Yeah, now
I think once you reach that threshold, you never look back.
Correct. It doesn't go off. And so Johnny Davis is out of the game. We got Gunnar Wilcox, I think, is at that quarterback position.
You're right, number 10.
And they got a whistle. They got timeout, West Salem.
And Aramar Liggins, I saw him out there, number 11, checked into the lineup as well.
And we got a penalty flag. What's this going on?
They didn't have any timeouts left.
I thought that they were out of them.
So you were right. I thought maybe they had one left, but they did not. And
even on the
Justin Yane is
maybe
a little frustrated there.
Well, yeah, I mean, somebody should be keeping track of that for the head coach. So it didn't get across. So anyway, a 5-yard penalty, a 1st and 5 now for Central. And the clock's rolling again. And a penalty flag before that one gets going. Well, we got different jerseys out there. A lot of the second unit coming out.
Russell Heisey, number 21, out at a receiver. Number 88, Clayton Phillips, the other receiver. Try and catch as many of these new faces as we can. Number 54 is Austin Beitlich, offensive lineman.
The offense was wrapped around Johnny Davis passing. And see if the second unit has got that same kind of philosophy. Handoff goes on the inside.
That was Liggins with the carry.
Yeah, nice gain.
See number 77, Julian Goldstein. Number 67 is Jackson Wimette.
And Central taking their time. They're well coached. They're looking for the backfield judge to start making his countdown. And they're still waiting. And now it goes. 5, 4, and the snap. And the handoff to Liggins again. And he slips a tackle, and he's got the corner. Look out. Down the sideline. finally pushed out of bounds close to the 29-yard line.
Aramar Liggins with a big run there. That might be the longest play of the night for the Central Red Raiders. Very close to it, at least.
Yeah, he slipped
about 25 yards there.
Yep, slipped a tackle. Ball right at the 30-yard line. And with the rolling clock, we got 1:07 left. So about 2 more plays for Central having to run off. That's got to be good for Liggins. Probably felt good. Yeah, they're starting to count down. Here comes the snap. Inside handoff, and it's Liggins again. And he's a senior running back.
6 foot, 170 pounds, and slippery as all get out.
So we're down to 25 seconds. And I do think they'll have to get another play off. That'll be all they need to do. And takes a knee. Gunnar Wilcox. And that will be it for tonight's contest as the clock will roll down. It'll be a 41-12 win for La Crosse Central. They will go to 7-2, while West Salem will be 6-3. And Central will tie for second place in the conference. And both these teams will be going to a playoff. So as they shake hands, we'll be back with one more look at tonight's game right after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Join the party at the Arterial Bar and Grill. See the new look and fun atmosphere. This is the place where people come for a delicious meal and to reconnect with friends. Friday night, try their fish. Saturday night, slow roasted prime rib. Wednesdays, get a basket of wings for just $2. Choose from 13 different sauces. Appetizers like nachos or quesadillas, onion rings, or cheese curds. Breakfast on Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 2 p.m. The Arterial, a La Crosse tradition for over 75 years. Why not make it yours?
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
Welcome back to West Salem High School. Final score once again, La Crosse Central defeating the West Salem Panthers by a score of 41-12. And both these teams are now going to be in the WIA playoffs. 7-2 for Central and 6-3 for West Salem. Just a matter of where they get seated and the pairings they have. You know, I think a little bit of a surprise tonight, Carl, was the fact that Central won by such a big margin.
And I think, you know, you and I were talking before we started the broadcast. You know, what was your prediction for tonight's game? You asked me first. I said, you know, I think West Salem's going to control the clock. They're going to handle the ground game. Obviously, the loss of Brennan Holt hurt dramatically. But I genuinely believe that West Salem's defense would hold the Central offense, and it's just not. It wasn't the case. And you had predicted a Central win, but in a shootout, 35-something to
I thought it'd be a big
28
game.
maybe, something like that. And it was all Red Raiders pretty much from the get-go.
Yeah, their air game got going. Johnny Davis was right on tonight. His receivers were there for him, and a little bit of a running game with Stephen Cross. So Central, good ball club this year, ends up 7-2 against another good ball club, West Salem, 6-3.
And it was really early in the game, but I genuinely believe that one of the big turning points of the game was that fake punt that didn't make it and gave Central the really good field position to start their first drive. And they marched it right down the field and scored on the big play from Jordan to Johnny Davis, or Johnny to Jordan Davis. Yep. And from then on, it was Central dictating the pace versus West Salem. And that's the only way West Salem wins football games is by dictating the pace of the game. And they couldn't do that tonight. They struggled to do that last week as well against Onalaska, and they finished a very good season on 2 losses. You know, it's kind of a sour note, but obviously they got to regroup and come back for the postseason starting next week.
Yeah, you got another shot at it, so it's not over. All right, we are at West Salem High School, and with the final score, the West Salem Panthers 12, La Crosse Central 41. For Carl Greenfield and Ryan Scaife on camera, this is Art Fay. We want to thank you for joining us tonight on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the Central Red Raiders and the West Salem Panthers. The KQEG TV High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. American Family Insurance and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. Castle Realty, whether you're buying or selling your home, see Castle Realty. Union State Bank of West Salem, where customers and community come first. The Arterial Restaurant at 16th and Jackson, a tradition in La Crosse. Why not make it yours? SSE Music, the music place on La Crosse's north side. The last 3 letters in La Crosse are SSE. The University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. Surround yourself with distinction. Surround yourself with UWL. Tri-State Business Machines, your #1 choice for office equipment in Onalaska. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill on Leonard Street in historic downtown West Salem. Allied Cooperative in Toma, West Salem, and Arcadia. Big Boar Barbecue. For the best barbecue, make it Big Boar Barbecue. Highway 16 West Salem and at George and Gillette Street. Thanks for watching High School Football on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com.